1 Peter 5:8 says, "The devil is seeking whom he may devour." Join Don Allen as he looks to make you undevourable.
Hey, thanks for giving me 7 minutes of your day to help make you undevourable. I'm your host, Don Allen. You know, there are some amazing truths that most believers, I think, just really aren't grasping. You know, there's a few small but so powerful words in the Bible here, and I want you to see these little words. We're gonna play a little word game today, but check this out. Galatians 3:13 says, Christ has, there's one. Man, I love the word has. You know, that tells me that something's already been done. You know, there's a power in having an understanding that some things have already been completed for you. See, it says somebody else has done something. Christ has redeemed us from the curse of the law, having become a curse for us. There are so many people walking around this blue marble planet who are still carrying around a bunch of the curses of the law. I'm talking about believers. It's a heavy load, friends, and it's causing the believers to be held captive by oppressions like depression, sicknesses, diseases, confusions, fear. There's a truth to be known, and it's that Jesus has already redeemed us from the curse. Now I know what you're thinking. Well, if I'm redeemed from it, why do I still see some of it in my life? If sicknesses and diseases and pains and lack are a part of the curse, and yet Jesus redeemed me from it, why do I still see this taking place? Well, Deuteronomy 28 gives us another little powerful word. Deuteronomy 28, 1 and 2 gives us a clue. It shall come to pass that if, there it is, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord your God, to observe and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all the nations of the earth, and all the blessings shall come upon you and overtake you, if, there it is again, if you will hearken unto the voice of the Lord your God. Did you see it? It will come to pass that if, that little powerful word, if. See, the believers aren't doing the if. If we would listen to the voice of God and not just hear it. There is a difference, friends. We're full of people who can go and listen for 30 minutes on a Sunday to anything, and you're going to hear some awesome truth by doing that, but that's not what it takes to get a person healed or set free. It's not what it takes to be in position to receive the blessing. Look what it says. It says, if. It means it's based on a condition. Oh, Donnie, you're talking works now. No. Don't get it twisted. It says that if you do something, then something else will happen. If you hearken unto the voice of God, see, that's more than getting a head full of knowledge. All that does is leads to doctrines and theologies. That's not setting captives free. That's keeping people in bondage. If you will listen and do. There's another little word, do. Here's the real key. James 1:22, be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. Gosh, I hate being deceived, especially when I do it to myself. You know why? Because when you're in the middle of deception, you don't know it because you're deceived. And listen, if you're one that only hears and hears but never does anything with what you've heard, it says that you're going to be deceiving your own selves. See, it means that you think that just by the hearing, I'm entitled to some things. And that's where most people are. Well, I've been in church for 25 years, Lord, and this is what I get. Why am I not healed? Why do I struggle? Hearing but no doing, and you're now deceived into believing that, hey, something's owed to you for the time that I put in. But it says hear and do. Once we hear and do, it says that all these blessings will come upon you. Man, I love the blessings. But what if you don't hear? Or better yet, what if you hear but don't do? Will the blessings just come upon you anyways? Well, that's what most deceived people think. Well, it's all up to God. I'm coming to church, and so it's all up to him as to what happens and when and how and all. It's all his timing, and it's up to him, and whatever happened for a reason. No, this says that we can have some things actually happen on purpose. See, it's not this no-fault religion. Well, whatever happened, not my fault. Whatever didn't happen, well, that ain't my fault either. No. This says you. You hear, you do, and then all the blessings you're looking for are wrapped up in these two little letters, if, I-F. God is an if God. If you draw nigh unto me, then I will draw nigh unto you. Wait a minute now. Who moves first? You do. If you do, then he does. If you bind on earth, then I shall bind in heaven. If you loose on earth, then he will loose it in heaven. If you give, he'll give back unto you. If. Don't allow these two letters to hold us captive from the blessing. See, there's a dark side to the little if. In Deuteronomy 28:15 it says, but it shall come to pass that if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, all these curses are going to come upon you and overtake you. Now, it doesn't get any more clear than that to me. If I do one thing, I get the blessing. If I don't do the other thing, well, I'm getting the curse. If. Two little bitty letters, so powerful. If. Friends, I need you to embrace the power of if today. it gives you and I some authority. If gives us authority. If gives you and I a choice today, and it's placed into your hands today. If you're struggling in doing the if, remember, there is a grace. It's an empowerment from God that gives the believer the ability to carry out that if in your life today. God gives us the ability. He gives us the empowerment. There's a grace from God that gives you the empowerment to do those two little letters today. If there is a grace. He wants you to carry out that if in your life today. The dark side of if, well, if you don't hearken to the voice of God, and if you don't do what he asks, well, you don't get blessed anyways. No, there's a whole bunch of other curses. There's a whole bunch of other scriptures for you if you don't do the if today. I'd rather have the first section of the if. Go look at Deuteronomy 28 today and check out the beginning of Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14, I believe it is. Go check that out and see what happens if you do the if today. Well, if you don't do the if, you can read from Deuteronomy 28, verses 15 on down, and there's a whole other set of scriptures for you today that you don't want. One starts out with blessing. I think we can choose pretty wisely there. And the other one starts out with cursing. Which do you want today? Well, whatever God has for me. No. You have the power to choose today, and it's totally up to you as to how this day is going to go. Will it be filled with blessing or cursing? Don't let little if put you in the hospital today. Don't let if capture you today. Let that if release the blessings. Do that and you'll be undevourable.
Thanks for listening. If you would like more information and resources on how to be undevourable, we invite you to check out our website. Go to www.TwoGuysAndABible.com. That's TWOGuysAndABible.com. You can also contact Don Allen directly for prayer. His email address is don@TwoGuysAndABible.com. Telephone is 573-216-1871.